Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Futbol Town Show. It's round 20, and that means there are only 2 rounds left, and things are really heating up at the Futsalroos Stadium. It all kicks off tonight with the Green Machine of Ashburton taking on Micklem, both teams wanting to avoid relegation battles. Then Brimbank take on Richmond. Well, you want to talk about relegation battles, it is all on the line for those two teams. Paul Vidic's Pasco Val want to stay in the title hunt. They got a mighty task against third place Paran. North Melbourne have to knock off Fitzroy tonight if they want to head straight towards their second consecutive V-League premiership title. That's right, the King De Moraes is back in action. Stick around for that match of the round to see him at his best. Bowen take on Metro in an epic encounter. And then last up, it's Diego Asaeda's relegation heading Essendon taking on CF Brunswick, a team who's heading right on up into World Cup territory. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the beautiful end of the premiership season when things always heat up. Last week was no exception, a thriller round, absolute golf fest at this end of the season as teams push to find form heading into the cup end. And it all kicked off with the Green Machine of Ashburton taking on Micklem. Micklem have just slipped down and down the V-League ladder and found themselves battling just to make their way into the relegation zone. Of course, last place find themselves heading straight into the State League. Micklem are looking to avoid that. Richmond have strung some wins together and they're slowly climbing off the bottom. Leonardo Correa was back in action for the Green Machine, however. Another team who have somehow found themselves in relegation territory if they do not string some wins together. Maurice Cristiano and the Green Machine were, of course, without the Frenchman, the superstar, Soufiane Soufi, so players like Tommy Robinson really had to step up their game tonight. It was Micklem, though, who found themselves on level terms, 2-2 at half-time. A great opportunity for a team to really upset the Richmond lads who were watching on and hoping that they would drop some points. Another player who pulled up his socks on the night was squad player Jermaine Deng. Hasn't he improved over the season? Unfortunately, just moments later, his buddy in defence, Bahiru, gave away a cheap one to Ilk, who was always going to finish from that distance. With Leonardo Correa, the Brazilian, back in action for the Green Machine, it was always going to be an uphill task for Micklem. They found themselves 2 goals down as Daniel Aranda stepped up and finished one. Just moments later, however, Ilk found a gap in the wall. We keep questioning week after week why the wall breaks. We are not sure here at Futsalroos. It didn't matter, however, as Tommy Robinson, another lad who stepped up on the night, really impressed, and in the end it was Ashburton with a close victory, just 1 goal in the end.
We're exceptionally happy after that. We obviously had a few disappointing weeks where we lost it literally in the last couple minutes of the game every time. But, you know, this time we managed to hold on, so we're pretty happy.
As the Richmond lads watched on and saw Ashburton do them a favour by beating Micklem, they knew that they needed a precious 3 points, which would put them out of the last place on the V-League ladder. And things started off well with player manager Richard Arau getting on the score sheet. Just moments later, though, it was Alicevic, none other than the lad with the lead-foot left foot, who equalled terms. De Mello then stepped up to give Richmond a 2-goal lead. It was apparent from the outset that this one was going to be a real goal fest. Only the upright there denying Kausevic, but it was only a matter of time before Brimbank found the back of the net. At this end of the season, for some reason, it seems like teams' defences seem to have lapses in concentration, just as Chrissy Sagewood there. That blunder seemed to give Brimbank some confidence, but Chris Sagewood then made amends for his earlier mistake, producing a great save here off Vasilevsky. That one meant scores were tied at 4-4, but the second half kicked off much the same as the first. Just a blunder of goals, poor, non-existent defending from both ends. Things went from bad to worse for Brimbank. Kausevic sent off for kicking the ball towards the direction of goalscorer Amanale's head. Believe it or not, against the flow of play and a man down, Alicevic managed to get one. An amazing game it was out there indeed, a weird vibe. Fans were pleased though with the flurry of goals. Giuseppe Amanale with an amazing 5 goals on the night, and when it seemed Richmond had the lead and a precious 3 points, up stepped player manager Admir Kabla with a stunning hat-trick. Once again, some poor defending was the culprit for many of the goals, and Alicevic here scoring the winner in what was an 11-10 thriller on the night.
Look, every point counts, you know what I mean? Like, even a draw may be good for us, but we got to win. We need 3 points. We need another 6 points to have at least hope.
Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and of course, frothers and statmen, hardcore frothers, are going to be keeping a keen eye on this one.
And they're going for 4 premierships, this great, proud North Melbourne club. And can they emulate the feat of the 208 and 209 premiership sides of the great North Melbourne sides of Tanzil Beza and Divlahos, Neteralis, Kalalas? What a team that was, Neil!
Yes, indeed, statman. Tony Masinde, you've been asking where he was pretty much every week for about 10 rounds now. There he is out there, statman.
Good to see him back.
Oh, who else is it good to see back?
Oh, the king, Fernando De Moraes has arrived back in town on this blue surface, and don't we love it, Neil?
Yeah, well, indeed, and they're trying to ease it in and get their second premiership title and go back-to-back, just like that famous North Melbourne club did back in the day with
Beza, Vlahos. They're big names. Are they just as big as the king, De Moraes himself? Because Beza was amazing those 2 seasons at North Melbourne. They went back-to-back.
So, 2 different sides, but nevertheless, always hard to go back-to-back.
Yeah, but he did make a return, Beza, and Fitzroy colours and played on De Moraes back in the 210 season.
And I believe that was a vital win that Fitzroy got there.
Yes, and Beza had, and De Moraes had a great game, and I think Beza just took the honours, didn't he?
Absolutely.
And there he is, De Moraes streaming forward now. Oh, Fernando De Moraes! Tiberientos, and that's all she wrote. 1-0 to North.
See what I'm talking about, Statman? Commanding that jet plane. You understand now?
Oh, I tell you,
watch De Moraes here, how simple he makes it look.
Yeah, he's hardly played all season. They've brought him back to really put the icing on the back-to-back premierships.
Back to the action as we've mopped up the froth in here. It's poured out of the Statman's mouth. Statman, would you say it's a different North Melbourne side out there? They've proved they can get this far without De Moraes. So they've proved all those haters wrong. Would you say though, is he still a different side with De Moraes out there?
Absolutely. Oh, cheeky but hater, no there, Neil.
Look, this replay here, that's what he's known for. Ambitious effort by the lad.
Very ambitious.
You think it's making a difference, Statman though?
Of course it is, Neil.
De Moraes, plenty of game time for the lad, and why not?
This great club's only lost 1 game, 40, 50 games.
Oh! Was that handball?
That was close to a red card, Neil.
If it's a they have punished it for a handball, it's got to be red then, because that was on goals. Oh look, that was going straight on goal, Statty.
That is a red card. I'm sorry to say they got it wrong, the official.
And the funny thing is, just a week ago, at about the same time, it was Sem Bison who was handballing out the front of the D. And oh my word, did we ever hear about it, Statty?
The roof almost came off.
My eardrums are still recovering. Moraes.
Oh,
and Jason
Tiberientos
mops up the King's froth. Once again, De Moraes at the centre of all the danger. Watch this, cuts inside.
Not much room there at all, and he put on a great tape out which had to pull out a good save from Greg and Jason Barrientos to mop up the work there. 2-0 to North now, and they'll be hard to beat from there, Neil.
To tackle this one, Statman, what do you do? What kind of football do you play at this point? 2 goals.
You've got to be patient, Neil. You've got to get him on a counter. But saying that, North Melbourne 2-0 up are very hard to beat, Neil.
You see North Melbourne and a lot of possession, Statman. Sometimes we see their gameplay is to let the other team have possession. Oh, Jason Barrientos.
Oh, great save there by Greg. Had him sprawling and crawling, and he still pulled out a great save. And now Richie Ferguson streaming forward. Tamanelli goes out.
What a save by the baby giraffe. Look at that. Have you seen a baby giraffe?
The spirit.
Statman?
Yes.
A newborn? If I had that in front of me in goal, Statman, I wouldn't be able to finish either.
Yes,
Ferguson, headed down. Big Petich gets the ball out, and that is the half. Only 2 goals in it, Statman, but like you were saying,
they've had their chances. Probably should have been a red card because of Apostolatis as well.
Yeah, controversy, but what can you say? Gitenjo probably going to have a word to the referee there.
He's going to have a word at the
save.
Hopefully, Gitenjo recaptures his great form, because he'll be a very solid contributor to his Fitzroy side if he comes into the team.
Hayden Orr.
Great ball by Hayder and a great save by Christos.
Oh, Christos sprawling. Oh, watch this stat, man.
Great save and went down at the right time. Timed his to perfection.
You got to feel if he wasn't in goal, stat man, that would have probably been a finish. One Sastre foul there, stat man. And of course, as the saying goes, there's only one Sastre.
That's so exactly right.
I don't know how I made
They need a goal desperate for Fitzroy. Desperately.
Is Hayden going to shoot? He does have that lad one Sastre open. Straight to him.
Oh, what a finish by one Sastre! And Fitzroy back in it now.
And if I'd mangled the name just moments ago, I don't think I'm going to be forgetting it from now on out, stat man.
Chris was a bit disappointed himself, knowing that he should have done better. I think he got a hand on that, Neil.
12 minutes left, and stat man, there is only one goal in it. What a match of the round it's been so far.
Great game.
A good ball over. Exquisite half volley pass. Yankovic, too much space.
Far too much space.
And Yankovic, stat man, his left foot has come out of nowhere.
It looks like that Karim Jack's just running around in circles still.
Foul's picked out. Good to see Hayden Orr help him up, stat man. That's sportsmanship.
That's the way it should be played, Neil. Fair
it's
play.
A foul, it's a foul. You help him up.
See, that's the way the game should be played, Neil. Unfortunately, we didn't say that last week, did we?
Well, no, the lads weren't helping the lad. Oh, could you see that coming, Stabby?
Yes.
Is it just me, or a little bit of a jig there? We've missed that, haven't we, Staddy?
He could have easily shoot. Look at the space to give him. He could have easily shot that, but then he gives a pass to Yankovic. Yankovic gives it back to him. Goal. Made certain it was a Fitzroy defender. Poor defending. Poor. No one tracked him. I think it was supposed to be a Mexican tracking him. It's his first game, Neil.
Stab man, yeah, we do say it.
A bit of nerves.
Look, we say no matter who you are, your first game of Futsalroos, you always get welcomed in. There's always a bit of nerves. Yankovic dispossessed. Junior caps. That isn't handball. Play on, and this will be a finish. This will be a finish!
Unselfishness by the King De Moraes again.
That man. This lad. I mean,
game over.
You might think, oh, the King, that's a bit of a, out there nickname. Look at him. If you were playing out there...
Who was in tracking Johnny Barrientos there?
Well, De Moraes just waltzing through. Red carpet treatment there. He's basically just on autopilot, stat man.
That's exactly right.
Just puts his...
glides. Just glides.
Puts his feet up. As a word to the cabin girls, no doubt, De Moraes.
Absolutely.
Look at him. That's what I'm talking about. More of it, Statty.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
You gotta feel, I mean, you'd just hate to play against a lad, wouldn't you, if you're a defender?
What? Sastre's done it again, Neil! They just can't bridge the gap, can they? He's got to go down, Neil.
The player formerly known as Castaldo.
A couple of Fitzroy mistakes. If they didn't make him, Neil, it wouldn't be that nice 5-2.
Yeah, it seemed like Fitzroy were in it, didn't it, Stat?
Yeah. Oh, look, it's been a good effort by the Fitzroy boys tonight, Neil. They've really pushed us to Melbourne.
I think they played well as a team,
yes.
Statty.
There hasn't been much in it.
It's, well, the Brunswick lads who are frothing on, hoping that Fitzroy loses. Well, they have lost, Statty. Oh, Masinde! Maybe I've spoken too soon, Stat Man. And now back to just a 2-goal deficit. Now, Statty, I'm saying, as the Brunswick lads watch on and hope that Fitzroy loses, it's still not good signs for him because Fitzroy are playing good futsal.
But still, Brunswick have to win their game, so...
De Moraes, good to see him still out there, Stat Man.
Absolutely.
Sometimes he puts the feet up on the sideline.
Greg with a great time. He's been solid the spirit tonight. Great performance by Greg Lascaris.
It has been, hasn't it, Statty? You got to feel for him. He's done all he can.
That's
those back post finishes. What can a keeper do?
Can't do anything about it. Especially 2-3 goals tonight. I feel which is simple.
Unless they're going to come out and handball it outside the D, Stat Man.
Tracking runners. You just got to track runners.
Oh, well, let's go down to the interview.
Look, we're confident that we know what we have to do to win. You know, we were in this position last year as well, where we had to close out 2 games, and in the last game we had to play Hume to win it. And you know, next week will be no difference against Ashburton, who you know, they got a really hard-fought win tonight, so I'm sure they're going to come out next week extra tough. But I mean, amongst us, you know, we're very confident when we go out on the court that if we play to our structures and we listen to the things that Milton and Spizzer have to say to us, that we can get the job done. And you know, hopefully next week is just another one of those weeks where it works for us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as you join us for the wrap-up of the round 20 clashes of the 2011-12 season of the V-League. After last week's El Clasico defeat at the hands of North Melbourne, Pasco Val and manager Paul Vidic found themselves in a position which no team likes to be in, and that is hoping that another team will drop points in order for you to win a title. And things didn't start off all that great for the Pasco Val lads. An own goal from Vadim Mazuski. Soon, Mark Capsey-Burton, the former New Zealand international soccer player, made amends with a well-placed goal. A defeat at the hands of third-place Paran would have surely meant that North Melbourne would be crowned the 2011-12 season, and that's exactly as it appeared the night may have been heading, as Jimmy Blackburn put in a second own goal. Paran, with not much to prove at this point of the season, they've got third place wrapped up, but they're looking to gain momentum heading into the F-Oz Cup. Of course, they are inaugural winners. However, before half-time, James Blackburn and João Golden Boy de Silva managed to give Pasco Val a surprise 1-goal lead. Ahmed Azam found the net against his former team. The lad was out with a point to prove on the night. Of course, he was one of the major signings this season. He would have loved if Paran could have pinched some precious points and possibly the 2011-12 title from Pasco Val, but it was none other than João de Silva and Jimmy Blackburn who stepped up and gave Pasco Val a commanding lead. A late surge of goals from Paran did add a bit of respectability to the scoreline. However, 3 points Pasco Val away in their hunt for Pasco Val's third premiership title.
This week we had to bounce back. We played Friday in the cup, we got a result that we wanted. I suppose it was about character today to make sure we got the 3 points. We did, which we're happy with. Frano was a good team. It was actually quite a close game. I suppose we just got to pray and hope that they do slip up. They're not the best in the business for no reason, so I can't see that happening. But we're just going to keep winning our games, and we hope they do. So we'll see in the last few remaining weeks, I suppose.
Two teams who are flying under the radar straight into F-Oz Cup glory is Bowen and Metropolitan. Bowen find themselves in 5th position, just under Metropolitan, and a win tonight with a game in hand against Bowen boys Richmond would guarantee that Bowen would finish 4th in this season's V-League Premiership. Of course, 4th place 5th in the F-Oz Cup, so both teams were looking to send a message to the other in their hunt for silverware. It was another flurry of goals in this encounter. Both teams playing a free-flowing brand of futsal. It can work for and against teams in the V-League. Of course, it can open up any team, but at the same time, it leaves it very susceptible to counter-attacks. Of course, always a bit of help from the upright is a goalkeeper's best friend. On this occasion, however, there was no stopping a brilliant header from young Mark Sarich. Stick around for goal of the week later on to get another glimpse of that one. The second half kicked off with the incredible one, Ivan Zilic, who was out with a message to prove against his former teammates. Then again, when is that lad not out to prove a point? Simply phenomenal. Erzat Spirdic was sent off for this offence, a second yellow card, lucky for it not to be a straight red. Advantage was the call, and Tony Sarich duly finished. After going a man down, Bowen took advantage, getting off to a commanding lead. The Sky Blues, as usual, however, pushed late on, and it seemed like they would have pulled off a miraculous comeback. Some brilliant goalkeeping by young Frano Sarich late in the last minutes of the game, however, and of course, Ivan Zilic, his usual magical self, denied Metropolitan what would have been a great comeback. Only a little bit of misfortune would grant Metropolitan a goal. Poor old Fernando De Moraes there after producing great save after great save with a bit of a blunder. With just moments left, however, he made amends in a famous victory for Bowen.
We're gelling together and we were sticking to a game plan and we're working well. We're understanding how we're all playing together. And yeah, we're not only a tight bunch on the field, but we're a tight bunch off the field as well. So
we probably should have killed off the game when we were 3 or 4 in front, but you know, that's the way it goes. We held on, win's a win.
The last clash of the night saw the Blood CF Brunswick and FC Essendon go head to head. The two former premiership winning sides have fallen from grace over the years, both teams finding themselves this season at the relegation end of the ladder. Brunswick, who had found themselves in the relegation zone since round 3 of this season, were out to prove a point. After watching Fitzroy go down at the hands of North Melbourne earlier on, they knew that a win would mean they would finally climb back up into the 8 and of course FOS Cup contention. Some great footwork by Matty Pigger gave Brunswick a 3-goal lead. And just before half-time, a great streaming run forward from Roslin and a finish by Mikey, the Punisher Sharples, would give Brunswick a commanding 4-goal lead. The second half saw Roos Roslin causing even more headaches for this Essendon side. First he got onto the lovely throw of Jimmy Brennan and moments later walloped one into the back of Mallow's net. With a commanding 6-goal lead, it seemed like nothing could go wrong for the Brunswick team. However, Peter Malias of Essendon stepped up and fired off a quick hat-trick to give Essendon a slim chance. As the story's been, however, for Essendon, it was too little, too late. 3 points Brunswick to run the night, and they finally found themselves out of the relegation zone, leaving manager Nicky Gutitas a very happy man.
Well, it doesn't matter. Fitzroy drop a couple or win their couple. We're in the 8 now, so we just got to win our last couple and we'll be in there. So hopefully we can never get 7th on the ladder or 6th. So we'll just look at winning our games so we don't have to chase anybody anymore.
With round 20 wrapped up, one thing that became apparent is that not many teams are safe from relegation at this point of the season. It's a beautiful predicament for the neutral spectators of the league. After Brunswick defeating Essendon there, it meant that they are not safe from the relegation zone, along with Fitzroy and even upwards of Ashburton, as you'll see now with the V-League ladder. Last season's champions, North Melbourne, who you see there, it looks like they'll be holding up that beautiful trophy once again. Pasco Val depending on them to drop some points, but as you see, the juicy end of it is from 6 all the way downwards. Some vital clashes coming up in the next couple of rounds. Get down here, 407 Victoria Street, Brunswick, to see it all live and first hand. Of course, don't forget to jump onto our website to catch extended highlights of all the games. Joao Golden Boy Da Silva, well, with a commanding 10-goal gap there, seems like he'll be taking out that award once again. Of course, the Frenchman, Soufiane Soufi, is out another week with suspension, so it's all up to the little Emperor, Ali Redzepovic. 10 goals in 2 games is a big ask, even for the little Emperor. Next week's clashes, of course, mouth-watering as usual, especially at this end of the season. Every game has its own story to tell, and Pasco Val will be watching on as Ashburton take on North Melbourne, relying on the Green Machine to do them a huge favour and steal points off them. Of course, if North Melbourne win, it means that they will be crowned the 2011-12 V-League Premiership winners. Lads, ladies and gentlemen, frothers, come down on a Sunday night to see who will be crowned the State League champions. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to come down to the last fixture on the card to crown the newest State League champions. Just another reason to get involved in the most beautiful sport in the world. From near Ian Welsh and the whole crew here at Futsalroos, thanks for joining us. Now sit back and enjoy goal of the week time. A good ball over. Exquisite half volley pass. Yankovic, too much space.
Far too much space.
Yankovic, Statman, his left foot has come out of nowhere in recent weeks.
Like that Karim Jack's just running around in circles.
The Mexican Karim Jack playing, he's doing circles because he isn't clear for landing yet. Time for Ashburton. Whoa! What an absolute ripper for another week running by Simon Pincic. with just a little bit of space. He's flown this one into the side netting. And I think it's safe to say that the Nike V-League Premiership has another big hitter.
You know where he is? He's going back half. There he is, look at him. Zilis gets around him quite easily.
He seems to be amazed back there, Stat. You see him looking at the court.
Oh! Mark Sarich, what a goal! They'll have to be up there for goal of the week here, Neil. We don't see many headers here, and this was a great header by Mark Sarich, Neil. From an acute angle. Great header, young Mark Sarich.
Oh, Stat, man, we're talking about composure. And right here, look at this. He headers it and he's already celebrating. Watch this.
Great goal, Mark Sarich.
He knew what he was doing and he loves it, and so do we, Stat man.
Maturity beyond his years, Neil.
Hit it. Wallop it.
Not just yet, Neil.